Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of my Storm fans out there. This is your captain speaking. We are about to get ready and go off into uncharted, stormy waters. If you give me just a few moments, I'm going to let you, me, your cat, my dog, and everybody else in this whole wide world know that I am storming off with you guys by my side. I'll be right back. Hello, Storm fans. Welcome back to your favorite Thursday night entertainment with me, the Captain. I am live, Dark Blast. Yes, absolutely. So welcome. This is going to be a really fun stream. Unfortunately, I couldn't stream this last week. I had some internet problems relating to a hailstorm that happened a week ago Wednesday. Took out some kind of repeater or relay or something. I don't know. They fixed it, and now I am good to go. Let's pull up whatever is happening on stream right now. Make sure that everything is working properly. It seems to be. How are we all doing? This is the Epic Storm, but different. We're going to be calling this the EPIC Saga. This is a saga-focused build of the Epic Storm, something that's a little bit different. Oh, hey, Goffman. Yes, absolutely. Black Saga Storm is another Storm deck that plays Urza's Saga and Dark Ritual and Wishclaw Talisman and Ad Nauseam in the same pile of 60 cards. This one also gets to play Brainstorm and Rite of Flame and Galvanic Relay, things that I'm a little bit more partial to. This is definitely more in my wheelhouse than the Mono Black Storm. However, let's start talking about this. Urza's Saga, you know it, you love it, or hate it, I don't know. Modern Horizons has been a little bit divisive, but I tend to really enjoy it. And we decided that tutoring up Lion's Eye Diamond is a pretty good idea, all things considered. And if I could routinely do that while also having a solid plan B in Urza Saga Beatdown, all the better. So this is going to be maintaining the 4-color core. We get it right here, actually. Brainstorm, Dark Ritual, Rite of Flame, Veil of Summer. These are our 4 1-mana spells that just sing. Brainstorm, fantastic card. Obviously our rituals and protection and Veil of Summer. What can we get off of Saga besides Lion's Eye Diamond? Ding, ding, ding. We can get Hope of Ghirapur. This is an old classic back when we were playing, first starting to play Mox Opal. Hope of Ghirapur is just a really big throwback. One of my favorite cards of all time. This does a Xantid Swarm impression, but costs colorless and can be fetched off of Urza Saga. So really, really lovely time. And this can offer a pseudo uncounterable protection spell, right? Through our Urza Sagas, then we can get this Hope of Ghirapur going and attack and sacrifice it to silence our opponent for a turn, which is just incredible protection. So we are actually running 5 protection spells, 4 Veil of Summer, and a Hope in the main deck. We'll take a look at the sideboard in just a little bit. So the goal of this is to just test out Urza Saga. This is not an official list at all, and we're going to just be kind of trying this out, trying it on for size, figuring out if this very powerful, albeit colorless, land can function in a 4-color storm deck. Dirty Mac, why not a 3/3 fetch split? Well, everything can be gotten by everything else. Yeah, so I could certainly do that. I think that what I'm going to be doing is leaving it as is, mostly because I don't think that I have another Scalding Tarn. Yeah, I have 2 of them. That's probably why. So we're going to keep it as is, 2 Scalding Tarn, 4 Verdant Catacombs. However, you certainly can choose to run this with a more ideal fetch land mana base. So we can take a look at the sideboard now, which may cause a little bit of eye bulging, right? So we don't have that much of a sideboard package for Urza's Saga. Realize that it's probably not necessary. Hope of Ghirapur number 2 for matchups where we're going to be leaning into Urza Saga and can actually grind a little bit more. Think Jeskai control, think maybe even non-wasteland control matchups, which in addition to Jeskai could end up being 4-color depending on the build. Grixis control, awesome stuff. Haywire Mite is also another really powerful addition here. We can, so we can't get rid of a Null Rod, right? But we can get rid of a Chalice of the Void. We can get rid of a Deafening Silence. Haywire Mite is another really powerful tutorable target. So that's going to stay in the sideboard for when we need that in post-board games. Obviously, you guys see it. This is a pretty spicy instant sorcery split card, Consign to Oblivion from Hour of Devastation. This is a Burning Wish-able instant. Because the Oblivion is tacked on to this Consign part, then I can Burning Wish for Oblivion, which is a sorcery in my sideboard, and then I can actually have Consign, which is a main deck out to Chalice of the Void on 1. So I have some freedom to do that. I can't do that with something like Void Snare, which costs 1. It's a sorcery and costs 1. This actually is an instant, so I can Burning Wish for it and play it at a more optimal time than just on my turn, right? this is kind of be a little bit of a test. I'm not sure about Consign to Oblivion. Bryant was testing it out as well. I think that we have thoughts about Consign to Oblivion. However, we're gonna keep testing it as is. But maybe this could be something else. I'm not sure. And obviously we have our Ave Progenitor Ooze sideboard plan, just fantastic to get a little slimy, get a little sticky in post-board games against Delver, against Control, places that are going to board out their creature removal, and we can get in with, a handful of Ooze tokens. And Abrupt Decay and Thoughtseize, rounding out our disruption and removal for whatever ails us. And obviously a fairly standard, minus the Consign to Oblivion, Burning Wish package. We're not running anything like Massacre, and we're not running anything like Pulverize. Turns out that Pulverize isn't very good when we only have 2 mountains. So 2 mountains is a little bit rough to try to work in Pulverize. Same with 2 swamps and Massacre. You'll notice actually that we only have 1, 2, 3, 4 color producing lands. So our mana base is going to be stretched a little thin. However, Urza Saga can function really nicely to tutor up a Lotus Petal or a Mox Opal, or even turn on Mox Opal with our Construct side plan. So looking forward to this kind of a list. The fact that we have 13 lands, we're actually up a land, is quite interesting. But it is an Urza Saga, so we don't have very many colorless pips. Burning Wish, Galvanic Relay, Wishclaw Talisman, obviously Ad Nauseam, but typically that's going to be cast off of rituals, right? Which Urza Saga does not cast. Same with Echo of Eons, usually Lion's Eye Diamond. So our colorless pips are at a minimum. Tapping Urza Saga for mana may or may not happen all that much, but it is going to be something that I'm excited to test out. So without further ado, let's get into the league. I've already got it queued up, and we can, let's see. There we are. We can start queuing up into a match. While I'm doing that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our token packs that we sell at the epicstorm.com. Fantastic for keeping track of all of your token needs. Storm, mana, Ave Progenitor Ooze tokens, which are actually particularly useful because you don't have to use dice. They're pre-adjusted. We have a 2/2, a 3/3, a 4/4, a 5/5, so on and so forth. Goblin tokens. We've got some construct tokens in there, I think, for the Urza Saga plan. Maybe we don't, but maybe I think that we might actually. You're gonna have to watch this and tell me.
Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game.
Alrighty, we are already queued up into our round 1 opponent, CCD Smash. I've played them before. I don't necessarily remember what they're on, but we won the die roll. And we're going to keep a potentially quite powerful turn. This hand is pretty good. I'm kind of tempted to run out a Wishclaw Talisman on turn 1 and then Saga on turn 2 and see where things go. Yeah, I think that's what's going to be the plan. We're going to Chrome Mox, imprint the Brainstorm, Verdant Catacombs, find the bad lands, cast a Wishclaw Talisman, and ooh, our opponent has mulliganed to 5. fix my sidebar. Oh yeah, I did download some new updates for Magic Online. Okay. Verdant Catacombs. Chromox. So the dungeon token's kind of difficult, right? Initiative is not a bad idea. We do have the Monarch, but the dungeon itself is perhaps not the greatest thing to try to put on a little mini token. But the initiative is not a bad idea. Maybe we'll have to do that when we update. That might be a little while though. We're not really looking to design a new token pack. This one is actually really, really nice. I need to actually buy another, maybe a couple more. Uh-oh. Urza Saga, Urza's Bauble. Is this 8 cast? Nope. This is the Riddler, potentially, which is another Storm deck. This also could be Turbo Karn Echoes or something similar. Our opponent has 1 card in hand, and they saw a Dark Ritual. That's a Galvanic Relay. Okay, so we have 5 mana, which is unfortunately not enough to Ad Nauseam. That is too bad. Oh, this is probably Black Saga Storm. You know, that does make sense, doesn't it? So I could just play out the I think I'm just going to play out the Saga and the Wishclaw Talisman. Their Saga is ahead of ours, and they are drawing 2 cards this turn. Do they have... Okay, they've got another Saga. That's fine. Next turn we can Naws. So we can use this Wishclaw Talisman to find a Lion's Eye Diamond, and that's going to be Ad Nauseam with 1 floating. That's pretty good. Let's get the Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay. I think that I'm going to want a black mana floating. Turn 3, putting Ad Nauseam on the stack. Yeah, Cybane, absolutely. Thursday Stormin'. Okay, that's enough. I need some mana, please. Thank you. Well, that's mana. I do not have lethal yet. I have not played a land for turn. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana available, which is not enough to do anything with. So I've got to keep flipping into a lethal Echo of Eons, potentially. Rite of Flame. Okay, so that gives me 6 mana. 1, 2. The Chromox imprinting the relay is 2. Scalding Tarn is 3. Dark Ritual is 4, 5. Rite of Flame is 6. So that's enough Storm, and then 3. That's enough mana, and then I can count Storm. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't have enough Storm, so I'll repeat this. 9. And then I can actually use the... Okay, yeah, I've got this. There we go. Now I could have attempted to do something with Brainstorm earlier. Yeah, this is all good now. But that was not necessarily the best way to go about this. However, we are going to get there on our end. turn 3 win against Black Saga Storm. Okay, so our sideboard is going to be kind of interesting. We want these Thoughtseizes. That seems pretty good. Haywire Mite, probably not the greatest. Rotate the Wishclaw Talisman into like a Lion's Eye Diamond. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, that's probably true. Okay, Hope of Ghirapur. Probably not for this match. I might want Haywire Mite. I don't know if I want Haywire Mite. I don't want the relays. Let's see. Hope of Ghirapur. Meh. Yeah, let's go for a Haywire Mite. Let's try that out. Okay. Let's try it out. Mitchell, thank you. This is not my soundtrack. This is some DMCA free music from Harris Heller and Stream Beats, which is just really nice. It's always good stuff. Okay, so this is really cool, but this is pretty slow, and our opponent has kept a 7. This is particularly slow, so I'm going to mulligan this. This is an Echo of Eons on turn 1. I can actually imprint Ad Nauseam to the Chrome Mox to create black mana for the Dark Ritual, which I can then use to cast Wishclaw Talisman, activate with the Urza's Saga, and get not a Lion's Eye Diamond, an Echo of Eons. Use the Lion's Eye Diamond to cast it. Okay, I think I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to ship the Mishra's Bauble. Yep. And also, thank you all for coming and joining the stream tonight in draft. I don't know what sport is being drafted. It's probably football. But thank you all for coming and stopping by the draft. Not the draft. The league instead of the draft. Ah, okay. So this is the Riddler. Wow. We opened up an even better 7. Okay. So they get to turn 1 Echo, and then we might Echo again. We are. Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. Silence. That's good to know about. This is not the hand that we would want. I hope that they Echo again. We had a really nice 6, and then we had a really nice 7. And our third hand is not the greatest. We could, if we survive, get to a point where we are holding up Veil of Summer and we can cast this Lotus Petal. Oh, well, that's a big one. We actually have a Haywire Mite that we can use to block this. This is the way that they get out of Veil of Summer, right? They just slam this Stormwing entity. It's also an easier way to do this outside of clicks, right? Okay. So they know about Dark Ritual. Let's, I don't know, we gotta try something. We could potentially draw a Brainstorm next turn and fix this really, really bad hand. It's not looking good for the home team, but we are going to be on the play for game 3. Our opponent has 8 cards in hand once they draw for turn. We're going to fall to 2. Scalding Tarn does mean that we're going to fall to 1 and turn off a potential peer into the abyss. But I don't think that that's necessarily something that we've needed to worry about. I suppose I could have played Saga out. Oh, okay. Well, that'll do it. And had a blocker. That actually might have been better. I was not actually counting that I was going to be able to present a blocker on the turn that they are swinging for lethal. I had an extra turn there that I wasn't aware of. Haywire Mite actually doesn't seem very good. Hope of Ghirapur actually might be decent. Saga doesn't seem very good. Maybe I bring in 2 Hope of Ghirapur. They're playing Silence. I might be able to play Silence myself. Because this effect actually lasts until my next turn, so I can effectively silence them on their turn if I get to actually connect with Hope of Ghirapur. We're going to try it out. I won the die roll. I would like to play first. Do they have forces? I was kind of assuming that they were a force deck, but they probably don't actually have forces. And we've seen that they have an out to Veil of Summer. So Veil of Summer might just be garbage. I'm going to mulligan this one. And I have to mulligan this one. And this one's not great. Our opponent is at 5 with us, so I'm going to keep going. Ugh. Our opponent is telling us about all of the Mindbreak traps that they have in their hand. Spooky. Spooky, spooky, spooky. Make sure that that's adjusted back correctly. I'm going to keep this 4, and it's going to be... that. And we're going to turn 1 Echo without a land drop, without a land drop being made. We have a land drop available. We're going to assume that our opponent is actually kidding about the Mindbreak traps for what it's worth. I understood it to be humorous, but you don't know. Okay. This is not a bad 7. I'm okay with this. We're really close to an Ad Nauseam, but that just wasn't meant to be. We can turn 2 an Ad Nauseam and do so with Hope of Ghirapur. I will crack the Mishra's Bauble. Now? No. If they echo, I don't want Mishra's Bauble to be in the deck, because that's not really a card that I want to draw again. So I'm going to leave it, and I'll do that at the end of turn. Containment Construct. You got it. Lots of baubles. Lots of baubles. Okay, they're not holding. Oh. Ugh. I hit one more time than I needed to. Luckily, I don't think that it's going to matter. But it is a little unfortunate that I don't have an extra card to work with. Okay, I revealed a Verdant Catacomb, and then they're going to see what I'm drawing, which is... Well, they're going to take 2 looks at what I'm drawing, which is... 3 looks at what I'm drawing, which is... It is a Dark Ritual. Okay, very nice. This does actually end up looking like an Ad Nauseam. With a Taiga open and a black mana floating. And then at the end of it all, I can attack with Hope of Ghirapur. Probably should have attacked first now that I'm thinking about it, but they weren't representing anything. I just kind of forgot about it. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, okay. 7. Okay, so this Storm 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, got it. Oop. Yeah, totally forgot about the Hope. Actually, you know what? I don't know if they're like a Force of Vigor deck. I doubt it. But I'm just trying to justify the fact that I forgot to attack with Hope of Ghirapur. Still got there. Still got there. Very solid Ad Nauseam. They were talking about how their Echo was not very good, and it looked not great. They had a lot of redraws, but those slow cantrips and the Urza's Baubles and Mishra's Baubles, not quite what you want to do when you're trying to power through a very quick matchup. So, oh, we're already queued into this second match. Excellent. James Casso. I don't hate this. I'm going to keep this hand. We've got a relay that's all kind of lined up. A brainstorm that can kind of put away this Ad Naus or find mana for the Ad Naus. Yeah, we're going to keep this one. Polluted Delta. Wonder what that means. Yeah, Dirty Mac, I do think that they were kidding about the Mindbreak Trap. At least I hope they were. But especially since they didn't represent something like a Silence or, you know, an open mana for Veil of Summer, even if they're playing that. It wasn't on my mind to prioritize Hope of Ghirapur, but really should have. Okay. So they chose not to shuffle their Ponder and then played a basic Swamp. Really nice beta basics. Or, well, I guess this is alpha, like, art. I think beta basics because that's the playable work. Playable black border. Okay, so this is a really nice Galvanic Relay turn, I'm going to start off with a Brainstorm. A very nice relay turn. Okay. I can put back Ad Nauseam and Burning Wish. I don't need to imprint anything under this Chrome Mox. Yeah. Urza Saga, which Brainstorm, Tropical Island, Urza Saga, and then we're going to surprise them like nobody's business and really lean into the nonsense, shall we? You know, I actually probably could have sequenced that a little bit better. There was a little bit of a bottleneck there where they could have countered that Rite of Flame, and I would have been down the mana necessary to continue comboing. Definitely could have sequenced to that moderately cleaner. Luckily, that's not going to prevent us from relaying for 8 2 Burning Wishes, the Ad Naus that we put there, a Mishra's Bauble, a Relay, another Urza Saga, a Mox Opal, and another Mox Opal. Yeah, that's not bad. We're going to have a protected Hope of Ghirapur, Ad Naus next turn. Unless our opponent does something to disrupt us. I don't know. Certainly have that ability. Don't really know what they're doing yet. Ponder, chose to shuffle. And no third land. Got a grip full of spells. And so do I. Ooh, doubly protected. Okay, so we are going to move straight into combat and attack with this Hope of Ghirapur. And sacrifice it, targeting our opponent, which just resolved. You'd love to see it. Okay, so black off the Mox Opal, cast the other Mox Opal. This might actually... no, this isn't going to be everything that we want and more. It's just going to be an Ad Naus. Well, I can cast the Mishra's Bauble, so I don't have to worry about Metalcraft, and then Ad Naus floating 2 black. We have yet to make a land drop. This does look like it's going to be it. Just go very carefully. Yeah, this should be just fine. More than enough. And there's 9 and 10. I know our opponent is at 18, but just nice 10 storm. It's clean. Alrighty. Game 2 against an opponent that I really should have Mishra's Bobbled them. They might have conceded. This was all post... or one of them was post Ad Naus. I might have wanted to crack it just to see what we're playing up against, but Ponders, basic lands. I think that I would like another Hope of Ghirapur and an Ave Progenitor Ooze. I don't know if I want Abrupt Decay. Blue-black not known for playing permanents that we need to worry about necessarily. Maybe Dothy Voidwalker, but that's really not something that I'm concerned about all that much. So I can do this and take out a Mox Opal, maybe? They might be Doomsday. I don't know if the basic Swamp is a Doomsday card. Maybe. If they're Doomsday, then, you know, obviously this Ave isn't super great. The Hope is actually kind of cool. Kind of cool tech against Doomsday. I can silence them post resolution. Okay, if I'm taking out 2 cards, it can be a Mox Opal and a Mishra's Bauble. I understand that these make Relay moderately worse. We are bringing in Ave. It's going to be really good against this opponent, I hope. And our opponent chose to play first. Oh, this hand is amazing. And they've began the game with 7. I'm going to keep this. And I mean, they certainly could discard us. It's in the wheelhouse. Ooh, Grixis. Grixis control. Okay. I'm pretty happy with our sideboarding. Yeah. And we're not going to get hymned next turn. So, very excited about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a really nice relay because I can Wish Claw and relay. Unfortunately, I don't have a volcanic island here to get Rite of Flame and then potentially Brainstorm next turn. So I've got to get something red, and it's going to be the Badlands. And that's just fine. I will find Brainstorm in another way to Brainstorm. But this is going to be a relay for 6 with a bunch of permanents on the battlefield already. 3. 3 is a few. Veil of Summer, nice protection. Lotus Petal, Underground Sea, Dark Ritual, Urza's Saga, Brainstorm. That was a pretty good relay, not gonna lie. First half was a little bit better than this Urza Saga Brainstorm, but I'm not gonna say no to that. That was really clean. Now, I won't say that this is not Doomsday. This certainly could be some kind of tempo Doomsday. But I kind of doubt it at this point. They played their land and passed. Let's play a Lotus Petal. See what happens. Nothing? Okay. That was our Veil. So now we have Veil up for this turn. Let's Dark Ritual off of the Badlands. Yeah, Impasta. A great name, by the way. Impasta. From Boston? Maybe? Okay. And we just have the Veil up. So, unfortunately, we are getting rid of our Burning Wish. By the way, I could Ave here, but I think that Ad Nauseam is just going to be better here. We have a Veil protected Ad Nauseam, I should say. Okay, Scalding Tarn is getting cracked. They want 2 mana for something. Brainstorm. Sure. Yeah, we don't beat a double force here, but I think that's just fine. I could have veiled before doing anything and seen what they were going to do as far as interaction goes. Surgical extraction. Huh, okay. Well, we have the Ave still in the deck. And if we reveal it to Ad Nauseam, we have Brainstorm to put it back on top so that we can use Lion's Eye Diamond to cast it. Burning Wish is fine. To leave the deck. I am going to try to ooze all over our opponent. I need to think before I speak, guys. Thanks for joining me, being here to witness all of this excellent wordplay. I wish this was something other than water. Okay. 4 Burning Wishes gone. 1 win condition. Oh, well, actually, we have 2 Hope of Ghirapurs that could get the job done. We also have Urza Saga tokens that can beat down. So we are actually not doing that bad. I have forgotten. We are not playing the EPIC Storm. We're playing TES, the EPIC Saga. And this is going to be truly epic. Oh my gosh, there it goes. I would like to repeat this. Dark Ritual. Probably should have boarded out the Echo of Eons now that I'm thinking about this. I was kind of tunnel visioned on what to bring out, and it should have been the Echo of Eons. Okay, okay. Veil of Summer is actually another way. So we have put Ave on top, draw Ave, because they've cast a Surgical Extraction, which is really cool. Okay, we're going to stop there. And, wow. This is going to be really cool. Our opponent is giving us thinks, and you know, I really should have played this Lion's Eye Diamond out first because they literally showed us Surgical Extraction. Don't know what I was thinking about with that. Well, they had the Force. I will Veil here. I think that's just fine. Okay. I have no idea what's going on, but it's all working out, I suppose. I should have played out the Lion's Eye Diamond. We just saw Surgical Extraction, and there's a Lion's Eye Diamond in my graveyard. That should have been a priority. Despite all of that, okay, Ave, Progenitor, Ooze. Put it on top. Oh my gosh. And I actually think that I can Galvanic Relay, which is interesting. Okay, cool. I'm going to have a little bit of fun here with our opponent. 24 cards in library. Okay, so I'm going to Oh, I don't have enough. I don't have an additional green mana. Never mind. Okay, so hold priority. Veil of Summer. No, what I could have done was Galvanic Relay, and then with all the copies on the stack, Veil, sack the Lion's Eye Diamond, but I don't have multiple colored mana sources, so I can't actually do that. That was going to be really cool, but 19 ooze tokens will have to suffice. Yeah, I kind of thought that one of these Mishra's Baubles was a Mox Opal, so I was going to relay all of those copies on the stack, draw into the Ave, or all those copies, cast Veil of Summer, sack the Lion's Eye Diamond, draw into the Ave, exile the rest of my deck, and then put a bunch of ooze tokens on the stack. However, 19 ooze will just have to do. I'm pretty excited about that. I kind of wish they all resolved and I got to see them, but that's okay. We're doing pretty good. This saga bit is popping off. I haven't made a single construct yet, but haven't even gotten saga up to 3 yet. We'll have to see how that goes. I hope it goes well. So we've been kind of writing some stuff about the Epic Storm recently. You can read about it on our website, theepicstorm.com, and you can actually support all of the content that we make on the website with a Patreon that I'm going to tell you about in between rounds.
Want early access to articles at theepicstorm.com? Become a member of our Patreon to get articles 7 days early, on top of other sweet benefits, and help us pay our website team. You can sign up at patreon.com/theepicstorm.
Alrighty, we are up against Jay Liddy, who, I don't know. This is like a planeswalking to Kaldheim. It's a really cool icon. I'm going to keep this turn 1 Echo of Eons. Seems pretty alright. We're on the draw. Ancient Tomb. Uh-oh. Oh, and they're passing. What? Oh, I'm definitely casting an Echo of Eons. I'm not going to brainstorm here. I would rather have the 2 open mana post Echo. And that's a bingo. We just say bingo. Please tell me everybody knows. Yeah. How about a turn 1 opponent? I'm going to remember to bobble them. Caracas. Okay. Oh, I don't need to peer. I'm just going to Tendrils them. I could totally peer. But I'm just going to turn 1 them instead. Okay, so I have seen Ancient Tomb and Caracas. Is this a Winota initiative deck? Is this I don't know. Bomberman? They probably don't play Caracas. Either way, I think that I want Thoughtseizes and Abrupt Decays. Maybe Haywire Mite. Not the Hope of Ghirapur. I don't want Hope of Ghirapur. I don't want Veil of Summer. Whoops. No, I can't count them evenly. What about that? Leave in a relay. Something that, yeah, Eugenio could be 8 cast. I don't know if 8 cast is typically playing something like Caracas, but could be. I don't know. It also could be like Hammer Time, a port of the modern deck. Kind of don't think that's the case. All right, let's leave in a relay. I might regret that, but There's been some talk recently about whether taking out Relay in every matchup that we bring in Thoughtseizes is necessary. Oh, yes, please. Turn 1 Ad Nauseam, and if that doesn't work out, I've got an Abrupt Decay. Yeah. Ancient Tomb. Chrome Mox. Yes, you can exile Touch the Spirit Realm. Mono White Initiative. Thalia. Okay. Good. They did not have a Chalice on 0. So I have to play into a potential wasteland here. I'll get a Badlands. Play out this Lotus Petal. And then we will need to find a second mana source. Or I guess a third mana source in order to play this Abrupt Decay. They have 5 mana. Double Ancient Tomb start. And they're not doing anything with it? I think that might be actually more terrifying. Unless they're just being a reasonable Magic player and waiting until their second main. The least played in phase of Magic. Elite Spellbinder. Well. Okay. Take the Ad Nauseam. I can use Lion's Eye Diamond to pay. Okay. Yeah. Abrupt Decay. I mean, that makes sense. That's the more correct one. Okay. Thoughtseize bug. Now that I've seen Elite Spellbinder, I suppose I will wait. I don't think that they have the 3/1 Hate Bear. It's not Aether Sworn Canonist. It's Death and Taxes, Hate Bears all kind of blend together. Anointed Peacekeeper. Well, that one's Spirit of the Labyrinth. Thank you. Anointed Peacekeeper is also really annoying. This is major disruption. I really would have liked this hand on the play. Archon. Puke. This is when I draw a fetch land. Okay. We're going to be done here. The double Abrupt Decays is really cool and all, but I would have needed to have drawn a land. Okay. Cash register. We are relaying. Yes, except not right now. Galvanic Relay actually needs to come out now, and I will. Maybe I just. They might have Mindbreak Trap. I've got the Thoughtseizes, right? Maybe Hope is just not important here. Ava's typically not the greatest. Empty the Warrens is pretty good against them, but Ave has not been terribly good. I don't know. I'm going to leave it like this. Empty is going to be in the sideboard. We're going to Burning Wish for the empty, but it's much better. Turn 1. Well, it might be. I'm gonna keep it. Okay, so we are going to Brainstorm on turn 1. And then we have a fetch land. Urza Saga. It's not bad. Maybe that's a neat side plan. Our opponent has disconnected. Our one way to victory. Yay. Okay. I hope that they come back. In the meantime, this actually is a pretty cool hand. We have the ability to echo if we find it. We could. I'm not going to like brainstorm and crack the Lion's Eye Diamond. That seems a little too aggressive for the one of Ad Nauseam. Oh my gosh, yes. So we are. I don't have my record above my head, but O'Doyle. So I'm going to talk to you about Saga in just a second. But Cybane, so we are 2-0, and we are in Game 3 against MonoW Initiative with a pretty decent opening hand, all things considered. And then O'Doyle, we're going to be playing Saga as a secondary plan. Saga Beatdown seems pretty decent, and it is a tutorable Lion's Eye Diamond. Or a tutor's Lion's Eye Diamond for us, right? We're also playing things like Hope of Ghirapur, which is incredible, and a Haywire Mite out of the sideboard, actually. So this is just kind of a test. Certainly not a standard plan yet. Dark Blast, yeah, Saga Pass. The nut. So far, we have yet to make a construct. That could actually change this game specifically. But not sure. Saga has been decent. In leagues that I've played previously, I started streaming last week and my internet just decided to not work. I finished that league and Saga was actually pretty alright. Won some games that I had no right to as the Epic Storm because I had a construct beatdown side plan. You know, it's good against Collector Oof and Null Rod effects, Deafening Silence. Doesn't matter if we can't put Tendrils of Agony on the stack if our opponent is taking 12 a turn anyway. So, kind of a spicy choice, but we're going to see how it works. It's definitely a stretch on the mana. I think that's going to be the biggest problem. But if you want to kind of get access to some of these ideas early, now Bryant hasn't actually played with Urza's Saga specifically, but he's got some things in the canon for the Epic Storm and a bunch of other Legacy and Modern combo decks. You can actually watch if you become a YouTube member, and as the cash register was displaying earlier, you actually have access to a lot of really cool emotes like Relay or Sad Nos or Shock or Dark Ritual, all kinds of really, really cool stuff that you can use to interact with me in chat, in chat. Here we go. And I can tell you a little bit about the perks that you get for becoming a YouTube member while we wait for our opponent to reconnect.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic.
All right. Well, it's not quite time to combo yet. Our opponent is disconnected still. Bryant, hey, how did you do? No, we are. I actually updated our record. Thank you very much. I am 2-0, and we're up on time against a mono-white initiative deck. This is game 3. Our hand is incredible on the play. if our Brainstorm pays off, and if not, then we have an Urza Saga backup plan. Yeah, I think that Saga is a really solid choice here. Dark Blast. It's gonna be pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. This hand certainly has a lot of range, thanks to this card Brainstorm in our hand that I would love to cast if our opponent doesn't time out. Is the EPIC Saga good? Well, I mean, it saves on branding, right? If we adopt the EPIC Saga, we don't even have to change the acronym. So there's that. We are 2-0. My record is updated. We are waiting on our third match. Yeah, see? 2-0. And then I've got to wait for this one. Oh, Doyle. Yeah, so get LED off of Saga, win most games after that? Probably. That's just a significant mana advantage in a deck that requires mana advantage, right? The only thing that Saga doesn't do is get an engine. Obviously, it is an engine enabler with Lion's Eye Diamond and Echo of Eons, but by itself, it does not get an engine. It can be a mana sink if you have excess mana to kind of be a secondary beatdown plan, and that could function as an engine of sorts. It kind of tangentially helps a little bit of everything at the cost of some serious mana base risks. Let's put it that way, right? But we'll see. Yeah, so Raymond, the EPIC Saga, pretty exciting. I'm gonna find out. Oh yeah, you can certainly see the list. We're waiting for our opponent. This is the list. We've got Hope of Ghirapur in the main. A lot of this is actually going to be very similar to version 14.1. Obviously, our mana base is not full of 2 Underground Sea, 2 Taiga, but check the description. Yeah, we also have a link to the deck list in the description, right down there. You can check it out on Moxfield. Actually, all of the decks from the live streams and all of the YouTube channel content is right there. Also, Brian, I don't know what you're talking about. The record is updated. It says, hold up, let me make sure that I'm pointing at the right one. 2 right there, and O, which is just right there. 2-0. Likely 3-0. Yeah, Cybane, you're correct. Likely 3-0, but I'm not going to update it. I'm not going to count my chickens until they've hatched. That's the phrase. I'm from the Midwest-ish. I can be a farmer. I wouldn't be surprised if Brian is a time traveler and explains why he's so stupidly good at the Epic Storm. But we can take a look at the deck list, actually. We can keep doing that because we're torn. We've been talking about this Consign to Oblivion for a little bit, right? Count eggs before chickens. Yes, absolutely. So Consign to Oblivion is a Burning Wish target that we have put in here instead of Pulverize because, like I said in the deck tech, 1 mountain, 2 mountain, really hard to actually make Pulverize work off of 2 mountains. Not really convenient. So Consign to Oblivion is a Chalice of the Void removal spell that is Burning Wish-able. So you can Burning Wish for Oblivion, and you get Consign along with it, just kind of tagging along, which is the spell that you care about, which is a 2 mana instant bounce spell. So you can bounce a Chalice of the Void on 1 at your opponent's end step, and then untap and win. It's fine. it's potentially workable in a list like this where we're not going to be able to rely on Pulverize, but Pulverize is so good. It's so good. The fact that you can cast it for free, float mana, cast it for free, and continue to combo is just hands down incredible, which is why we've played things like Massacre and like Slaughter Pact in the past, because that free casting aspect of the card is just so important in such a mana efficient combo deck like this. Storms and water. I should probably drink some water. So we are just in the waiting room. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I was gonna say I heard something. We won the match. Yay. We are 3-0. Okay, Vicky, this is all Burning Wish targets. Burning Wish gets Peer into the Abyss, Echo of Eons, Tendrils of Agony, which is our main win condition, Empty the Warrens, the 4th Galvanic Relay. But look at that, 2-0. So let's take a look at this really quick. This is our Burning Wish target right there. Alrighty, so we're going to set up for round number 4. Brainstorm line with Ave. Yeah. Bryant might be a match behind. Wow. Is he just experiencing this in really slow motion? I'm gonna message him. You just refreshed. Okay, fantastic. Vladimir 1924. I just played them. They were on Nick Fit. Interesting. Yeah, Cybane, not the time traveler bit. He's just like time, the Benjamin Button of time traveling. Okay. How does this look? For me, this is 6 mana. Not going to be enough for a turn 1 Ad Nauseam, but I am going to keep this. I just spilled my water. Okay, I'm going to keep this anyway. Bryant, you need to go find Doc. You need to get into a DeLorean. You need to hit up the thunderstorms that have been happening recently, and don't get in a car with your mom. All right? You listen to me? Don't do it. It's weird. It's very uncomfortable. Our opponent has... I don't know if that's a hot take. It's a classic movie that I personally enjoy, but it might not be overrated. For me, it might be overrated for you. How dare people like their own kinds of media. Oh, they're unmasking themselves and playing Reanimator, and they get to Exhume and Atraxa. Cybane, that's one of my favorite sayings. Everybody is entitled to their own wrong opinions. And they have an unmask. That really sucks. Okay. And that's the only sorcery? No, reanimated. Okay. Okay, so they could take Reanimate. Oh, they chose Reanimate! Haha! Okay, so they chose Griselbrand, Bloodstained Mire, Reanimate, and Dark Ritual. Wow. Okay. We have a chance. There's no way that should have happened. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana still. I need 8. So if I get a oh, you're saying rotate 1 Claw for a Lion's Eye Diamond and then get yeah, okay. Ugh, I should have seen that. Okay, okay. We're gonna do that now. They're at 26 life. SW, I have no idea. Okay. So this is 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I did. I counted it. Bryant Sassy? Oh no. Never would have guessed. Okay, so this brainstorm has to be particularly good, but we shouldn't have even had this chance. Okay, I'll concede. I gave them two demonic tutors. We had a chance though, and we really shouldn't have. Okay, so out relays in the Thoughtseizes. That's about it. Surprisingly, Consign to Oblivion is a decent card to bounce a problematic creature if that ends up being something that we can do. A Hope of Ghirapur, not really a card that we care about, but neither is Haywire Mite. It technically has text against Animate Dead. Hope of Ghirapur at least can protect against the silence versions of the deck, and they've shown us Marsh Flats. So we know that they're at least playing white. Whether that's for Serenity or Silence, we don't know. So I'm going to keep with the Hope of Ghirapur. So in Reanimator, Griselbrand is, I think, better, but the fact is that you can't necessarily compare Atraxa and Griselbrand together outside of context. Griselbrand is better than Atraxa in Red-Black Reanimator. In Blue-Black Reanimator, it's kind of a toss-up, and then Griselbrand is completely out of the running for something like a Bant Natural Order, because it can't be Natural Ordered. Ugh, man. If this was a fetch land, then we could Dark Ritual out a Wishclaw Talisman, turn on Metalcraft, and go. So this is a little bit of a bummer that I have to ship this back. Okay, so this is moderately disruptive. I can get an Underground Sea, Brainstorm. They kept a 7. I'll keep this. Do I keep this? Yeah, I keep this. Okay, put back the Mox Opal. Yes, Underground Sea because I want to Brainstorm next turn. Wear Tear. So that's what the white is for. Good to know. Good to know. I will take this Grief and not leave them with Grizzlebrand in the graveyard. Why? Oh. I get so many different copies of Wear Tear. That's fun. I'm just gonna do that. Okay. Their 7 does not seem very good for what it's worth. SW, because opponent kept a strong 7. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Saga is what we're doing. I'm going to put back I'm going to put Burning Wish back and then a Brainstorm. Play the Saga and the Hope. And these are potential cards to put back off of Brainstorm. Yeah, the Saga is not. This was a little 1-mana ritual for Hope of Ghirapur. Alrighty. It has been torn into shreds. It was very epic indeed. Okay, there's a Badlands. They're going to... Oh, okay. Well. This is why I put Brainstorm on top, for what it's worth. I was thinking that they were going to wear the Hope of Ghirapur, but that ended up... They took the Veil of Summer? The Uncastable. Okay. We will attack. I'm not going to worry about cracking it. Okay, so we know that there's a Burning Wish on top. Nardolphin, welcome. Welcome to the Discord, too. Okay, am I going to Brainstorm now and see 2 fresh cards, or wait until next turn and see 3 fresh cards? Against an opponent that's just twiddling their thumbs, I'm going to wait. Swamp. Okay. Thoughtseize. I guess I'm not going to wait. Well. I could put back Burning Wish, Mishra's Bauble. They'll likely discard the Dark Ritual. If I put back Dark Ritual, then they take the Mishra's Bauble, and I'm just drawing through this naturally. No, let's put back the Mishra's Bauble. Ritual Bauble, and they take the Burning Wish. which is an uncastable card. Sure. Let's do that. Nardolphin, yes, probably. I really like playing that one. The Chrome Mox-less version has been seeing quite a lot of success at Bryant's hands and my own now. Really enjoying it. That'll have to happen at some point. Too much of a good thing though, right? So maybe not next week, but if that keeps on happening, then certainly at some point. Okay. Hope of Ghirapur get in. Hope of Ghirapur come back to current version of TES. No, this is not a version. This is just kind of testing out the power of Urza Saga in the Epic Storm. And the best thing to get off of Urza Saga is Lion's Eye Diamond, and then the second best version, or the best thing to get off of it, is Hope of Ghirapur. Okay, so we're going to draw through the Dark Ritual. Oh, they have a Dark Ritual on top as well. Ah. So. How about I attack? How about that happens first? I will sack this. Okay, maybe they have silence, maybe they don't, but I'm not going to chance it. I am going to cast this Chrome Mox. Yeah, you're smart and thin, Bryant, and don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. It ended up actually working out really well. Really well. One, two, three, four, 5. Okay, so this is Ad Nauseam from 11. From 11. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna bobble myself first. Brainstorm. I'm going to bobble. And then, so there's a brainstorm, so I'm already starting off at 10. This is going to happen. This is totally going to happen, and it's going to be great. Yeah, I know Echo is out, so it's like we're doing this from 15. I have no idea. Just threw that number out. I do have all of the Galvanic Relays out, correct? Yes, okay. You can go down to 2. Oh, well, we're done now. That was quick. Oh my. Oh my. This is the second time today that I've confused a Mishra's Bauble for a Mox Opal. And I have no initial mana sources. Okay. It's a Mishra's Bauble. Okay. And this isn't a McKinley Nas because I didn't actually die to it. the Mishra's Bubble, and Urza Saga, and what was it going to be? Rite of Flame. Okay, we were going to be dead anyway, for what it's worth. Okay, well, we are 3-1. Oh my gosh, Bryant, what the heck? Stop spamming chat. This is your chat. This is your YouTube channel, but wow. Okay. We were not going to win that game with that Ad Nauseam. However, I should have realized that Mishra's Bubble is not Mox Opal. This is the second time I've done this stream. I caught myself earlier with like the Veil holding priority, sacking the Lion's Eye Diamonds with a bunch of Galvanic Relays on the stack, but oh well. Okay, so O'Doyle, you cannot actually get anything that doesn't literally have the cost 0 or the cost 1 generic mana. So it needs to have 0 or a 1 specifically. Search your library for an artifact card with mana cost 0, the specific 0 mana symbol, or 1, specifically 1 generic mana. So unfortunately, the closest thing that you can do is get a Mox Opal, which is actually probably better than like a Vault of Whispers or something like that. But yeah. So if you want to hear about Bryant talk about something other than me not resolving an Ad Nauseam and surviving, which is apparently not something that I'm capable of doing, McKinley nosing myself to a 3-1, you can actually hear him talk about Magic alongside his co-hosts, Bryant Koval and Phil Gallagher, on their podcast. Let me tell you a little bit about it.
The best legacy podcast? That would be Eternal Glory, featuring myself, Bryant Cook, alongside Brian Koval and Phil Gallagher. We're available on all major podcast platforms and YouTube.
All right, that was short, sweet, to the point. We'll see how this all goes. Bryant, by the way, you never actually said how your league went today. You finished up a league and started griefing everybody in chat. How did it actually go? Terran Crypto. Okay. And then Ghoul Collar of Nephalia. Interesting. Oh, this is a nice hand. I certainly could, SW. That is a reasonable line. Ooh. Taiga Chrome Mox. Are we up against the Epic Storm? Nope. Minsc and Boo. Gruul Initiative. Chalice on 1? Darn. Chalice on 1. I would have to look back at that particular moment and see when we crossed the threshold of being at I guess it would be 7, and start thinking about passing the turn instead. Hey, that is our out to a Chalice on 1. We'll actually get to see if Consign to Oblivion will be decent. Dominique, hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. Okay, I'm playing all of these out because the Gruul Stompy deck is sometimes a Trinosphere deck. I want to get under that. Get my Mox Opal there so that it could potentially function as a mana source if I need it. Oh, I just have another Minsc and Boo. Okay. Another 0 mana artifact, non-Mox Opal 0 mana artifact would be pretty decent right now. Echo of Eons. another land. We'll see. Hey. Okay, okay. So let's talk about this. Should I get a Burning Wish for Consign to Oblivion? And if I do that, then I'm continuing to pass the turn. And then when I get to my turn, I still have to pass the turn, depending on what I draw, so that I can end step, bounce the Chalice of the Void. So they're going to be able to attack me for 8 and then 12. That doesn't work. So I'm going to have to Echo of Eons either now, or I can Wishclaw Talisman and then Echo of Eons the next turn. With the Burning Wish finding the Echo. I should clarify. And I think that I'm going to Claw now, Wish next turn for the Echo, and then Echo. And if that's the case, then I can use the Mishra's Bauble to draw an additional card and potentially find something useful. Yeah, I don't hate that. Let's get the Badlands just in case something happens to my Mox Opal. Okay. End step, upkeep. Caves of Chaos Adventurer. So they're going to take the initiative. Capital I. They already have the initiative in the game. Lowercase I. Dragon fruit tea with lemonade. That sounds pretty good. A little Arnold Palmer for the new age. Chose not to use Minsc and Boo's ability, and we are waiting on them to do something. Make a game action. And combat it is. Okay, then that likely means that they want to activate Minsc and Boo to draw 4 cards, which is terrifying because they have the ability to grab another prison element. They have 7 cards in hand. Okay. Wooded Foothills. We know one of them is a Caves of Chaos Adventurer. Okay. They used a Simian Spirit Guide for that instead of a Chrome Mox. They have 2 mana available. I'm not sure why they used a Simian Spirit Guide for that, especially since they're just passing the turn. What could they have for 2 mana? I have no idea. Okay. Well, I am going to go get an Echo of Eons, and we're going to try to make this work. Wooded Foothills, cracked. What are we doing? Petty Theft. The Wishclaw Talisman. Interesting. So what I could do is sack the Lion's Eye Diamond for black. Discard my hand. Activate the Wishclaw Talisman. Get another Lion's Eye Diamond. And use that Lion's Eye Diamond post Burning Wish. So that should be red here. Activate. Get a Lion's Eye Diamond. Yeah, they're splashing blue, apparently. Who knows? This is a spicy little list. Not gonna do it. Okay. Yeah, we'll go to game 2. Gruul, Splash Blue, like Teamer Initiative. That is it's a string of words that all go together. Haywire Mite seems very good here. Trinosphere removal. I don't know if they're playing things like Mindbreak Trap. Hope of Ghirapur would be good against. But I don't know if I can cut anything else. Or I don't know if I want to bring anything in, I should say. I don't know. I still don't think that Ave is very good. Ave is good when I can make 3, 4, or 5 ooze tokens, and it'll win the game. They put a lot of creatures onto the battlefield. Now I can do that with Empty the Warrens, right? I can have Storm 5, 6, and make 12 tokens. Those are harder to block individually. And I can just kind of amass a larger army. So I think I'm just going to go like this. Now I could take out Echo of Eons if they're running Pyroblast, but I kind of doubt that they're running Pyroblast. They're Chalice of the Void deck. I've seen it before, but yeah, the thought process behind Saga is well, trying something new. We're going to just try something that can tutor Lion's Eye Diamond, one of the more powerful cards in our deck, and also have a really solid... Ooh, wow, this is great. This is also a solid secondary plan, kind of like Black Saga Storm, which is I was playing a couple of weeks ago on stream. So I think it's 3 weeks ago, I guess. Okay, so we're going to Underground Sea, Thoughtseize them, turn 2, Peer into the Abyss. Wow. They have a Yavimaya. I don't know if I recognized that they're that green, but well, maybe it's just worth it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that is Peer into the Abyss. Oh, yeah, it's Peer into the Abyss. Yeah, Haywire Mite is actually kind of just goated, right? The ability to function under Chalice of the Void to remove Chalice of the Void or a Trinosphere or something like that. It's fantastic. So we're going to be peering with a red and a black available. This is kind of a bummer. We didn't get game 1, which means... Now, I'm not going to show them Saga anything. I'm going to be very careful. I'm not even going to show them Abrupt Decay. I don't want them to know about anything if I can't help it. Now, am I also going to way overdo the storm count here for them? Absolutely I am. Let's do a nice even 20. Just because I can. Okay, turn 2, Peer into the Abyss. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. We are playing for a 4-1. Game 3 on the draw. It was a really nice quick game too. Wow, I feel like we were just here. I don't think that anything changes. It's just we gotta keep a hand that either goes fast or is able to disrupt their light prison pieces. Hopefully light prison pieces. Okay, this is not gonna do it. Another hand that if this was like a Badlands that might work. So this is not close to an Empty the Warrens, so I'm gonna have to mulligan that. This is not great either. So let's see. Put back 2 cards, and they would probably be Burning Wish, Thoughtseize. Nope. Okay, I can keep this. This is a 4-card turn 1 Ad Nauseam. Sometimes you just gotta trust. Wait. No, wait, this is not. No. Okay. I'm gonna put back Rite of Flame. Yeah, sorry, I got really excited. Oh well. Okay, Haywire Mite seems very good against Stompy decks. You're correct. SW Saga is not good a number of times in this league. Has not looked good a number of times this league. Yeah. We're going to talk about that in the post-league wrap-up. But you are correct. It has not looked terribly good. We have made some conclusions. Oh, hey. Okay, so I can't... this is so close. I can't Ad Nauseam because I can't do anything post Ad Nauseam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Ad Nauseam in their end step, untap, use the land, and hopefully another land that I find off of this to hopefully combo out. Ah, man. Led with Chalice. Okay. I'm going to get Badlands. Yeah. Grapeshot is not that bad. We have Empty the Warrens to beat Veil of Summer. We don't need anything else. Oh no. Oh, okay. It resolved. Look at that. Rite of Flame and Dark Ritual. Good. We've got a bunch of zeros, which is not necessarily what we need. But they are a fantastic storm. If I can get a Burning Wish. Okay, Abrupt Decay. That'll do. Oh wow. This is a really good Ad Nauseam. And our draw for the turn was Burning Wish. Hey, look at that. Cool. Okay, Abrupt Decay here. And we can play around Mindbreak Trap for what it's worth. I'm not going to say it yet. You know they have a Fairy Macabre. Oh boy, we did it. Okay. Wow. My hands are sweaty. We got to win on a mull to 4 against initiative on the draw. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm fairly monotone. You can't hear my excitement. My emote levels are fairly muted, but heck yeah. Arms, knees. Oh, I'm an idiot. No. Never mind. No, I'm not. Okay. It's like... Nice. Okay, look at that. A 4-1. 4-1 beating Gruul initiative on the draw on a mulligan to 4. It's pretty alright. And a chalice on 0. Yeah, that Nas made up for the really terrible Ad Nauseam against Reanimator. My mom's spaghetti is amazing, Sidebane. What are you talking about? So really excited about the result of this league. Despite that, I'll have some post-league thoughts about Saga. Let's open up some product really quick though. Let's open up all of our treasure chests. And survey says grist, not bad. Yeah, that's about it. Some play points. I'm gonna take a picture of these because Magic Online doesn't know how to separate the new stuff. Maybe it does. Maybe I'm just the dumb one. That's okay. I can do that later. Okay, thoughts about this list. Just like SW was saying, our resident skeptic about Urza Saga. Urza Saga is probably not actually going to be very good in something like the Epic Storm. It is too taxing on the heavier color requirements that our deck has. We are a 4-color deck, and we are obviously base black-red, but we have Brainstorm, we have Veil of Summer, and we don't have very many colorless pips. We are not something like Black Saga Storm that's got, more colorless pips in it. Let's take a look at that really quick. Right? Infernal Tutor, Cabal Ritual, Wishclaw Talisman. Obviously, I guess we have Wishclaw Talisman still, but they're even playing things like Ancient Tomb and things with significantly more colorless pips. So the EPIC Saga is a nice testing idea. However, we were working on this, maybe a week and a half ago, and I was going to stream this last week. We all know the story. Ran into some issues. Hail knocked out some kind of relay for my internet provider. So this is a little bit delayed. We've already kind of moved past this, but I wanted to still stream this because it's a really, really cool idea. We never made a single construct. I never actually even got to search off of Urza Saga at all. It was a non-game participant, a non-league participant. And because of that, I'm not super excited about it moving forward. Now, in the first league that I played with this list, I actually had a lot of fun. I made some sagas. I beat Deafening Silences. I beat Collector Oof. It was a fantastic time. But this is not really a functional list. Let's put it that way, right? Oh, Dominic, yeah, I was kind of being coy on purpose. I have listened to Eminem. I'm aware of the meme. What actually is good about this list that we had tried more of is Hope of Ghirapur. Hope of Ghirapur is just kind of a fantastic card, and I don't know if it's necessarily where the Epic Storm needs to move in the future, but it is something that a lot of the team really loves, and we've missed it in the Epic Storm, and we may or may not have been kind of playing it for nostalgic purposes. Look at this little guy. Look at this little 1/1 for 1. Just a bunch of text on it. So yeah, definitely a better Xantid Swarm. It was really good when you could play it with Lurrus of the Dream Den, and you could actually Lurrus lock your opponent out. You could play Prison in Storm. It was super fun for us, obviously, not necessarily for our opponent. Showing some of that sass that Brian has. Yeah, it's from the tutoring sessions that I probably need more of, right? So it is an artifact for Opal, and green is a functional part of this mana base, but we also can actually deal damage with Hope of Ghirapur, whereas Xantid Swarm is a 0/1, right? We can block. I don't know what we could block. Ragavan's not in the format anymore, right? So I don't know what we could block, but Grizzlebrand, I suppose. The sideboard, Consign to Oblivion, is kind of neat as an alternative to Pulverize, but Pulverize is just far and away a better card than Consign to Oblivion. We had to play Consign to Oblivion because, like I was saying before, we only have 2 mountains, and with Urza Saga out of the deck, then we don't need to worry about Consign to Oblivion, right? Sean, you definitely need to be starting to play MTGO. I use a card hoarder rental account. Bryant uses a card hoarder rental account. There are a lot of people that use rental accounts. We are not sponsored by Card Hoarder. We used to be. And their rental account is really just something fantastic. So I would recommend it. I've got something here that I can show you.
With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? We've made it simple to do so by including a button to rent the entire deck at theepicstorm.com/decklist.
Okay, so we are sponsored by Card Hoarder. Thank you, Bryant, for the relay on that one. You like what I said? Galvanic Relay? Oh, yeah, Sean. Living in Texas, not quite as much. You are a regional to me, and you actually can play some Legacy upcoming in the summer. There's an in-person Legacy event called the Land Run. It's going to be up here in Oklahoma City area, and you should come play some paper Magic. I'm going to be there. It's going to be kind of fun. I'll be the one that's sitting there doing math with a calculator and a pen behind his ear, because Storm and paper is just kind of like that unless you have a token pack. But I also will have a token pack. You know, Dominic, I'm not, but I should probably talk to my partner. It might have just been a pop in the flash in the pan, and now she's pregnant. I don't know. Hope not. Oof. Anyway, I'm tired now. You can probably tell that, and it's time for you and I to go to bed. Thank you very much for joining your captain on this stormy ship and all of the fun things that I say in the intro. I really don't have a very good outro. I need to work on that, but I'll catch you next week, unless there's another hailstorm that knocks my internet out for another few days. See you around.